Etihad Airways, who will share more information about this exciting new service.
Singapore Airlines has signed on as its first international carrier.
In terms of destinations for Emirates Airlines, where would you say are the biggest?
So this isn't a conversation strictly about tariffs, but it's pretty...
We do. We have a conversation all the time.
We're seeing relative stability in the premium cabin.
If you're the kind of traveler who's done the airport hustle too many times to count, if you've squished into economy seats and waited too long for a stale sandwich on a plastic tray, this is the upgrade guide you've been waiting for. We're not just talking about a little more legroom or a glass of complimentary wine. This is about the real deal. International first-class cabins that go above and beyond. Etihad Airways, the Etihad residence on the A380. First up, we have what many call the pinnacle of commercial aviation, the Etihad residence on the A380. This isn't just a seat, it's a full apartment in the sky. You don't get one, not even two, but 3 private rooms. A living room with a plush leather sofa and 32-inch entertainment screen, a separate bedroom with a double bed that's almost 7 feet long, and your own private bathroom with a full-height shower and vanity. You also get a personal butler who takes care of every detail, and a private chef who prepares meals to your taste. It's luxury to the extreme. And yes, it's still available on select A380 routes, New York to Abu Dhabi, and also AUH to London, Paris, and Sydney. What's wild is that this experience can be booked using points if you've got the Etihad guest miles, though you'll need somewhere between 1 to 3 million of them for a one-way. The good news? Availability is actually decent. The bad news? Most people don't have a million miles lying around. Still, if you're sitting on a stash of Etihad guest points or looking for the ultimate bucket list redemption, this is as good as it gets. And if you're paying cash, expect to drop over $20,000 one way. But for the chance to shower mid-flight in your own suite, some travelers say it's worth every penny. Air France, La Première on the Boeing 777-300ER.
So one of these wide bodies will actually be flying into Charlotte, 787 Dreamliner.
Charlotte Douglas International Airport is one of the state of North Carolina's most significant economic contributors.
Next, let's head to France, because Air France La Première on the Boeing 773-00ER is a different kind of luxury. While not as jaw-dropping as the Etihad residence in terms of physical space, La Première makes up for it with elegance, exclusivity, and refinement. There are only 4 suites on each 777-300ER, and each one is enclosed with thick curtains, giving you a level of privacy that feels more like a private rail cabin than an airplane seat. And then there's the ground experience in Paris. On board, the seat transforms into a long, plush bed with fine bedding, and the in-flight meals crafted by Michelin star chefs make you forget you're even in the sky. But here's the thing. To even book La Première using Flying Blue Miles, you need to have elite status with Air France KLM's frequent flyer program. That means Flying Blue Silver or higher.
In terms of costs, things are looking better, right? I imagine fuel and labor are your 2 biggest cost inputs, and neither of those things is rising. In fact, you say fuel is coming down. What's labor look like?
So far, okay. We've...
Even then, award pricing starts at 200,000 miles one way from the US to Europe. Right now, you can find La Première on flights from Paris to cities like Washington, D.C., Houston, Miami, San Francisco, LA, and New York. It's also available on some less typical routes, like Paris to Sao Paulo or Luanda. Just double-check that your aircraft is the 777-300ER. Don't ever book La Première on the A380. It's a completely different, far less impressive setup. Emirates, new first-class suites on the Boeing 777-300ER. Now let's shift to the UAE again, but this time we're talking about Emirates' new first-class suites on the 77303ER. These suites are a masterclass in personal space. What sets them apart is their floor-to-ceiling walls. You're completely enclosed. It's not just a pod or a seat, it's a sealed-off mini-room. Then there's the Food Emirati fine dining on demand. Add in luxury touches like Bivulgari amenities and one of the most beautiful cabin designs around, courtesy of a collaboration with Mercedes-Benz. However, Emirates only flies these new suites on select 777-300ER routes. Unfortunately, you won't find them on any US-bound flights yet. You'll need to catch them on routes like Dubai to Frankfurt, Hamburg, Geneva, Brussels, Vienna, Tokyo Haneda, or London Stansted. If you want a smart cash booking, try starting your trip in Colombo, Sri Lanka. You can often find these ultra-premium flights priced under $3,500 round trip on certain routes.
Is that likely to contribute even further to these delivery delays? How do you think about the impacts it may have?
I hope the tariff will not affect, it's a bit early for us to decide today if the tariff will really affect the...
That's still a splurge, but for 22 hours in what many call the most private suite in the sky, it can be an amazing deal. Singapore Airlines, new first-class suites on the Airbus A380. Up next is Singapore Airlines' new A380 first-class suites, which redefine the idea of spaciousness on an aircraft. Each suite includes not only a plush seat that swivels and reclines, but also a separate bed that folds down beside it, meaning you don't have to choose between sitting comfortably or lying down. If you're traveling with a companion and book the right adjacent seats, the beds even convert into a double bed. Singapore Airlines also nails the service and the dining. Think Krug or Taitinger champagne, Lalique amenity kits, and meals that feel like they came from a 5-star restaurant, not a galley. You'll control the lights, the privacy shades, and your service requests from your own tablet. Singapore isn't as flashy as Emirates, but there's a quiet confidence in their design. It's refined, understated, and deeply luxurious. You also get access to the private room at Changi Airport in Singapore, which is a separate lounge within the first-class lounge, reserved only for suites passengers. Currently, these new A380 first-class suites are available on 5 routes.
This is a vote of confidence in this airport.
Western Sydney is Australia's third largest economy. Its new airport promises to connect its residents and businesses with one of the largest transportation hubs in Asia.
Our late night departure.
Singapore to Hong Kong, London Heathrow, Zurich, Sydney, and Shanghai. If you're booking with miles, you'll have to use Singapore's KrisFlyer program partner availability isn't really a thing here. Japan Airlines, first class. Finally, we wrap up with a consistently reliable gem in the first-class world, Japan Airlines First Class. It may not be the most modern design. It's got a more classic, retro vibe with rich brown leather seats. But the experience is thoughtful, polished, and unforgettable. The seat is spacious, 33 inches wide, which is among the widest in the sky, and the service is typical of Japan Airlines, respectful, attentive, and efficient. You'll enjoy kaiseki-style multi-course meals, Cristal champagne on US routes, and Shiseido-branded amenity kits. They also offer Bose noise-canceling headphones and comfy pajamas. One of the best parts about Japan Airlines is their award availability. They release seats pretty consistently, both in advance and close to departure, and you can book them with American Airlines Miles, Japan Airlines Miles, or Alaska Airlines Miles. The sweet spots for mileage redemptions can be incredibly good, especially if you're looking to fly between the US and Japan. So now the big question, which one should you choose? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more travel tips like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.